place where you can go, where there's no one to tell you yes or no. If you just look into your heart, you will find that's the place to start. If you take a step and take another again, you'll find a better place to land. I know that it can be there someday. You've been waiting for. I know this life can be that one life you've been dreaming of. Today could be the someday. Today could be the one day. Today could be the someday you've been dreaming of. Today could be the someday. Today could be the one day. Today could be the someday you've been dreaming of. Oh, 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 today could be the day. Today could be the day.
And I was born here. I've been here all my life. I have 2 degrees from the University of Tennessee. So we do wealth management and retirement planning. Anything in your life that could impact your finances. So we serve people, and that's part of our mission statement. We serve people.
Well, good morning. Happy Saturday. It's a foggy start to our day for some of us as you get the day started. If you're traveling out and about this morning, maybe like friends and family members are heading back home for the day today or from the holiday anyways, or maybe they're traveling back home tomorrow. Either way you look at it, we're looking at some fantastic weather today and tomorrow. The warmth continues. Just 2 more days though, and then that sharp cold front swings on through Sunday, and that's going to drop our temperatures throughout the day on Monday. And Old Man Winter is making a return. Not necessarily a lot of snow for you snow lovers, but we are talking about the colder air that's going to set back up and work its way back in. Here's what I'm talking about, the fog. This is a live look in Union County at the Maynardville Courthouse. So if you're traveling in and around Union County, Anderson's County's got a little bit of fog this morning. I have some fog over here in West Knoxville as well. Yesterday, we topped out at 70 degrees. What was I forecasting? I was forecasting 70 degrees. So I nailed that one yesterday after a morning low of 57. Look at our averages, by the way. 49 and 32 in Knoxville, 45 and 29 in Crossville, 51 and 34 in Chattanooga, and 48 and 28 in Tri-City. So either way you look at it, we have been trending 20 to 25 degrees above average for those morning lows and those afternoon highs. It's been really nice, to be honest with you. That warm weather continues to kind of fade away. Here's your pattern evolution. It's going to dip down to our south as this next trough swings into the area, and that's going to draw in some colder air. That's what's going to be with us as we get into our Monday, Tuesday. But then there's another reinforced shot of colder air that's going to wrap around itself and dive into the area as we round out the year and start 2026. So there are a couple shots of some colder air. I think this pattern is going to stick with us for just a little bit longer. So we're going to say goodbye to those 70s. So get out and enjoy. We're actually going to have some sunshine today. Now, this morning, temperatures are trending a few degrees cooler than what we were yesterday. We're currently in the 50s. But again, our average high is 49 degrees. We're technically above our average highs, and it's only 8 o'clock in the morning. Now, the fog and the clouds are with us this morning. They're going to start to break up, and we're going to see some sunshine. Now, it's not going to be abundantly sunny for everybody. I think we're going to have more cloud coverage a little bit further west of downtown Knoxville, where you live. And then if you're living along I-81, you're likely to have more sunshine throughout the day today. So grab the sunglasses. You're going to need those if you're traveling out and about here throughout the day. All right, temperatures this afternoon back to the 60s and 70s. And if you have evening plans here on this Saturday night, maybe heading out to dinner or a movie, we're going to be right around 66 by 6 and 57 by 10. So great weather. Doesn't feel like December or the end of the 2025, does it? But it's about to change thanks to this cold front that's going to spill in rain for everybody. However, there are some changes in the forecast. The first change is, well, not this. We still have a level 1 risk for isolated strong to severe thunderstorms. North on S75 through Lexington, Louisville, Indianapolis, Columbus. West on Interstate 40 through Nashville, Memphis, Little Rock, and Springfield, St. Louis, Missouri. That's going to be the bullseye for anybody traveling. Now, look at the timeline, though. Here's 7 o'clock tomorrow night. And so if you're going to be traveling today or tomorrow, you're not going to get into this, right? But if you're not leaving till later tomorrow night, or family members are anyways, and they're traveling to Nashville or Memphis, they're probably going to run into this. A very thin line of some showers and thunderstorms will race their way on through. It's going to be in and out pretty quickly. Minimal impact to our lives because it does look like it's probably going to be during the middle of the night. The models have kind of been flip-flopping the timing of this. While yesterday it was looking a bit later, today it's looking a little bit earlier. So I think just anytime after midnight. Is it going to be wet on Monday morning? Sure. Are the showers going to linger throughout the day on Monday? I don't think so at this point of the game. And we're likely, this is the change, we're likely to lose the moisture source. So it looks like it's not going to have as much moisture as we were talking about, but we weren't talking about a lot anyways. We were only talking about a quarter to a third of an inch at most. And now that's kind of been shaved down. So I'll just say less than a quarter of an inch of rain area wide. Remember, I was kind of saying if the colder air catches up to the main moisture source, maybe we get a few snowflakes out of it. Well, the ensembles have taken the snow out of it. The deterministic models still just barely painting, barely. So I just don't think that we're going to see. Come on, clicker, let's go. There it is. I just don't think we're going to see any. If we do, it'd be a quick little changeover, but it's not. We don't have a lot of snow growth in the atmosphere, so we're not getting a lot of moisture in the snow growth area. But we will have some low-level clouds, and so I just don't think that we're probably going to see much in the way of snow at all. Temperatures. Now, let's talk about this for a second, because if you've been with me, we've been talking about how the fact that we're probably going to have our high temperature just after midnight Sunday night. So that would be technically midnight is Monday, right? So Sunday night, we should be right there in the low to mid-60s. But watch as we get closer to sunrise. Here comes that colder air. That's what I was saying. The timing has been changed a little bit, but either way, I think we're going to start Monday morning off with temperatures in the 40s, maybe some 50s, and then we're going to fall into the 40s and 30s throughout the afternoon. It's going to be rather breezy as well on the backside of the system, so I think we're going to have wind chill values in the 20s and 30s Monday. It's going to be a shock to the system compared to what we've been dealing with or enjoying or not dealing with. We've not been dealing with the warm weather. What we've been, just how we've been embracing the weather, right? All right, so 70s continue Saturday and Sunday, 30s Monday, Tuesday. Notice Monday morning, we're starting off warmer. We fall into the upper 30s, so trending colder. And we're still going to stay colder Wednesday, Thursday, Friday as temperatures only top out in the 40s. Now, of course, Wednesday is New Year's Eve, Thursday, New Year's Day. So if you are ringing in the new year and you are going to be outside watching the ball drops anywhere around the southeastern U.S., it's going to be cold. So if you're heading off to dinner on New Year's Eve, 45 degrees at 4, then we drop down to 34 by 9. We'll probably hover right around freezing, give or take a few degrees as we ring in the new year at midnight. So it's going to feel like the new year, right? That's how it should feel this time of the year. And that means that we're having morning lows early in the morning on on Thursday, that would be New Year's Day, in the 20s and 30s. So if you are trying to get healthy for the new year, want to start off with a nice 5K run or walk, you can do so. Just go to the Knoxville Track Club's website or Facebook page. Check out more information on that. They're back on Neyland Drive for the first time in years. And we're kicking off the 2026 year with a nice 5K run. I told them, I said, since I'm partnering with you, you're going to make me get back into running. I did a lot of running back in the COVID time frame. I ran about 276 miles that year during COVID. Nothing else to do, right? And I ended up getting plantar fasciitis terribly bad. My knees are not so great. Obviously, I'm getting a little bit older. Skiing and soccer all my years have really kind of destroyed my knees. But I'm probably not going to get out and do a lot of running. I'm good for about a mile. I can do a 5K. But anything over a 5K, forget about it. But anyways, if you want to get healthy, check out the Knoxville Track Club's website and or visit them on social media. Eric says, good morning from Kingsport, fog and 55 degrees. We need a wetter pattern. Any idea of that in your crystal ball, Andrew? My magic 8 ball says, not a chance. There really isn't any major storm system set to arrive. So yes, we need, we need the moisture for sure, but just realize that December, January, February, the moisture content typically on average increases. And so we're likely to get a little bit more moisture. Good morning, Kathy. How are you this morning? And we've got Brandon joining us. I'm loving the warm weather. Good morning, Mike. It's getting better with this comedy. Well, not so much, my friend. Everything I do is ad-libbed, right? Dude, you want to hear about my skiing adventures? Too many to tell, my friend. Too many to tell. I mean, I grew up skiing in Colorado. Vail was my ski slope for years until I got into later in high school and college. Really, I had to change it up a little bit, but because Vail always had the cheapest season pass. My very first season pass to Vail, Colorado was $196. That was when, let's see, what, 2000, and no, not 2000. That was 1997, I think it was, because I was driving up there. So $196. Now they're still like $600, $700, which is not that bad, but you get multiple resorts. And so they've, combined their efforts. A little bit of a monopoly going on in the mountains. And, well, it's getting a little crazy. And they don't have any snow out west right now as well. I talked to my brother yesterday, and I was like, have you been skiing yet? And he goes, no. This is ridiculous. There's like one run open at all the ski resorts. It's insane. I go, well, it's only December. February and March are the snowiest times of the year. We're just getting started. Have patience, my friend. Have patience. Let's get to work with those national holidays this morning. Don't want to keep you too long. And we have to go find some tile today. Remember, our cupboards, cabinets are being installed today. It's going to start to look a lot more like a kitchen. That's for sure. All right, let's take it back outside. We'll show you what it looks like. Beautiful sunrise taking shape here. We'll show you what it looks like up at Gatlinburg. How about that? Smoky Mountain National Park on the left-hand side, downtown Gatlinburg on the right-hand side. Got some sunshine out there, but fog in the lower elevations to some areas. Today's national holidays brought to you by me. Hey, today's December 27th. Happy birthday to Mom Witcher. It is her birthday today. Mom, I love you so much. I wish I could be with you today. Hopefully you catch this broadcast on your birthday. I talked to her yesterday, but I was like, I will call you today. She's going to go hang out. I think they're going to a movie today for her birthday. My other brothers. Sure wish I could be there with you, Mom. Sure do love you lots. All right. Today is National Fruitcake Day. I don't know about you, but how many of you actually really like fruitcake? That's what I thought. Back in Colorado, in Colorado Springs, they always do a fruitcake toss. They have a giant catapult that they launch your fruitcake. You can take it there, you pay like a couple bucks, and you can win prizes. The annual national, well, I don't know if it's national, but annual fruitcake toss. That's all we have for the day today. Nothing going on today. So let's talk about some weather history, shall we? In 2004, a major storm affected many parts of the western U.S. during December 27th through the 9th, bringing a variety of weather conditions to the region. Heavy rain broke out in parts of California, heavy snow from the Sierra Nevadas, with some areas receiving several feet of snowfall. And the snow in California has been insane. That moisture just can't get over to Utah and Colorado. In 1989, a half dozen cities in the northwestern U.S. reported record low temperatures for this date. Elkins, West Virginia. Northeastern, right? With a reading of 13 degrees below zero. Thanks, but no thanks. In 1988, severe thunderstorms developing along a cold front in the south central U.S. spawned off several tornadoes, a dozen actually, in Mississippi between the early morning afternoons and sunrise the following day. 5 chicken homes killing thousands of chickens were destroyed. That was 1988. In 1987, a winter storm produced snow and high winds in Wyoming, Colorado, and Nebraska. 46-mile-per-hour winds creating blizzard conditions. And the foothills of Denver reached up to 42 inches of snow. 1987, likely remember that one. I would have been what? I don't know. Young. 8 years old. No, I would have been 10. I would have been 10 years old at that point. In 1982, the worst Louisiana rainstorm in more than 100 years came to an end. More than 18 inches fell in Vinton, Louisiana during a 3-day storm. Well, that's going to cause some flooding. In 1892, an Atlantic coast storm produced a record of 18.6 inches of snow in Norfolk, Virginia, including just over 17 and a half in 24 hours. And in 1869, a post-Christmas storm in New York and Vermont produced record snow totals up to 30 inches. On this date in history across the country, across the world, this is from, I should never read any of these. Leopold Stokowski. I don't know. I'm terrible with names. A painter paints pictures on canvas, but musicians paint their pictures on silence. That's pretty cool. In 2001, U.S. President George W. Bush granted China permanent normal trade status with the U.S. In 2000, Mario Lemieux from the Pittsburgh Penguins hockey returned to the National Hockey League as a player after over 3 years of retirement. Sometimes they just come out of retirement, don't they? In 1978, Spain adopted a new constitution and became a democracy after 40 years of dictatorship. In 1971, Snoopy, Charlie Brown, Linus, Lucy, Woodstock of Charles Schultz, Peanuts, obviously, comic strip, were on the cover of Newsweek magazine. In 1947, the children's television program Howdy Doody, hosted by Bob Smith, made its debut on NBC. In 1945, the World Bank was created with an agreement signed by 28 nations. In 1932, Radio City Music Hall opened its doors to the public for the very first time, 1932. And in 1831, Charles Darwin set out on a voyage to the Pacific aboard the HMS Beagle. Darwin's discoveries during the voyage helped him form the basis of his theories on evolution. Oops, wrong button. There we go. The more you know. Take it back outside. Let's show you what it looks like near my house in West Knoxville. Got some fishermen out there enjoying a nice, mild start to the day. You can't really see them, can you? There we go. Ah! There they are. There they are off there in the distance. Going behind the Rogan thing. Right there. It's a foggy one, my friends. Let's see. What are y'all saying here? Michelle, you like fruitcake? You're probably like the only person I know. I don't know anybody who likes fruitcake. We always give it away to people, and I feel like everyone just throws it in the trash can. Did you ever ski out of bounds? Is my middle name Danger Mike? Yeah. Actually, we used to ski at Vail. We used to have to hike up the ski after you take the last ski lift in the I think it was like Mongolia Bowl. So go look at that one on the map, Andrew. And we used to take the ski lift up, and then we'd hike straight up. So it was sort of out of bounds. It was not technically out of bounds. There was a gate, but it was not patrolled. So if you got in trouble back there, you'd get in trouble. But you'd have to ski down a little bit. That's the first time I ever got caught in my very first avalanche. It was very, very small, but it was the scariest thing I've ever experienced. I probably slid about 7 to 10 feet, and then it stopped. But it was super scary because underneath that avalanche were like 40-foot cliffs. Yeah, there's a whole line of cliffs. So we would hike up, we'd ski down a little bit, then we'd all take a cliff, and then we'd have to ski back out and get back to the main resort, which is a huge catwalk all the way out. Probably the biggest cliff I've ever taken. It was not 40 feet. It was about 35 feet. It took me probably about 20 minutes to do it. One of the scariest things I've ever done. But we were landing in 10 feet of powder. So like you just bury yourself once you landed. But it is definitely a scary thing to do cliffs. But all my friends were into that. And so I'm more of a mogul guy. I love speed and I like moguls. Cliffs and stuff like that. And jumps. I do. I love jumps as well. Thanks, Eva. I appreciate that. I've always wanted to learn how to ski. You should definitely do it. I think if there's one thing in the world that I could do every single day, that would be to ski. Well, we didn't. We skied one time last year, and if you recall, I kind of hurt my knee, so skiing season came to an end last year. We were going to go get season passes this year. At this point of the game, I'm kind of glad that we didn't because the ski season is terrible up in the mountains so far. But with East Tennessee weather, just don't really have the time right now. So next season, the hopes is to do a little bit more skiing. And like I told my kids, this Christmas is probably their last Christmas to get big presents. I said, because from here on out, we're going to start doing a vacation for Christmas, whether it happens during the Christmas holiday or after or before. I'd rather put my money into the memories of vacationing with my family versus just little gifts that just, trinkets and stuff that some of them are good. My kids got a couple good presents, but you like fruitcake too, Kathy? Well, my goodness. Well, thanks. I appreciate you, Ruth. Never tried skiing, but we had some little plastic skis called Zippies growing up. I remember Zippies. I've heard of those. I'm not a good teacher. I don't have the patience to teach. Not when it comes to skiing. We've taken my kids, and my wife and I are both good skiers, and so we would put them between our legs and teach them back in the day. But then after a while, we're like, okay, you just have to pawn them off and have somebody else teach them who likes to do that for a living. Denise, have a great Saturday as well. Heading to breakfast in Sevierville. Where are you going? Give the restaurant a big shout out. Cheryl likes fruitcake if it's Claxton brand. You're never retiring? Yeah, me either, buddy. at this point of the game. No, I haven't sent out the emails yet. Listen, I was just trying to take the holidays off, so we'll get back to it. I'm going to take this weekend off. I will get those emails to you come next week. So don't worry about the emails. If you won the 1-year subscription to Weather Call, I will get those emails out. I'm trying to relax a little bit as much as I possibly can as well during the holidays, and then we'll kind of get back to it because it's going to get super busy towards the end of the year, or the last week of the year anyways, and super busy in the month of January. Cheryl, I hope you have a super Saturday as well. See, we want stories. Oh, I've got stories for days. Some of those I probably can't tell you, though, Andrew. You know, I was a kid once, too. And my wife calls me a big kid anyways now, so still just don't want to grow up. All right, let's see if we have any photos to share with you this morning. I don't know if we do. Yeah, actually, we do. Julie sent in a couple. I did see that earlier. So let's start you off with, let's see, Lisa Gibson. And a good, Mr. Little Boss right there. And I'm assuming that's Big Brother. Let's see what she says on that one. Of course, the more information you post, the more information I have to pass along. This is Branson and Corbin Christmas 2025. I love it. I love it. Julie ordered a big old shipment of East Tennessee weather merch, which, by the way, probably a good time to tell you that if you want some East Tennessee weather merch, it is online at easttnweather.com. Just click on the shop or merch button. I've got t-shirts and hoodies. I've got orange. And guess what? Her dad, this is her Christmas present. So they're rocking some East Tennessee weather shirts now. And I absolutely love this. Julia, I appreciate the support as always. There they are. They're sideways. Let's get that this way. There they are. All right, so that is Rod, her dad, and Teresa McGuire, East Tennessee weather fans from Ohio. I love it. I love it. And this is Julie's family, by the way. That didn't come out very clean, did it? Let's get this one. There's Julie and her family. Did your daughter get her nose pierced? I didn't know that. Maybe she's always had it pierced. Not that I'm one to judge. My wife has her nose pierced as well, which I'm a huge fan. There we go. That's the Ward family. Let's see. Who do we have here? We got Autopilot. Happy New Year, Mike. I want one good-looking dude right there. What's up, Otto? You know, the funny thing is, Otto, I don't know if you're on here this morning, but I perceived you to be an older gentleman, not a younger gentleman as you are. I don't know why I just did. It's just, I don't know. I have no reason for that. It's kind of like when you hear radio DJs and you don't even know what they look like. And then you see them in person. You're like, oh, that's what you look like? By the way, this is Phoebe relaxing on Christmas morning. And we've got one from Eric McCord over Broad Street in Kingsport at Bays Mountain. A nice little start to the day. Eric McCord Photography, by the way, and he is a Witcher weather watcher joining us from the Tri-Cities area in Kingsport. And so he's always giving us reports on what's going on in Tri-Cities because remember that I cover all of East Tennessee. And Elaine Ombre outdoing herself with a good old classic moonshot. Elaine is an amazing photographer. And she also won a 1-year subscription to Weather Call, which is awesome that she was able to get that and get in on the contest. Again, we had over 180 reports or contestants anyways entering. Got 2 reports for folks wanting an East Tennessee weather front license plate. And I don't know if you saw this on social media this morning, but somebody was trying to steal the show and not allowing me to forecast. There's Lucy. Let's see. I have a better picture of that. That's the wrong one. Let's get this one on here. Yeah, there she is. I was trying to forecast, and I'm actually standing now. I've got a stand-up desk that I can stand up or sit down. I got tired of sitting. I feel like I was hunching my back. So she had to jump all the way up on my lap, which is like, 3 feet off the ground. But that is Lucy this morning trying to steal the show. Well, I appreciate you, Ruth. I really do. License plates and stickers. We're working on those. Well, I had license plates. If you want one, Andrew, just message me, Mike at easttnweather.com. I'll get one printed off for you. I can bring it to the next Chamber of Commerce coffee talk, if you will. Your daughter has her nose pierced and has tattoos on her back and a heart of a tattoo on her wrist for her 2 girls. Well, I have a tattoo. Those are my kids' names. You probably have seen this on air before. I typically cover it up. And in the TV world I lived in, I covered it up a lot more. But those are my kids' names in Morse code. And then that right there is, if anybody can tell me let's see if I can get this perspective right. There we go. If anybody can tell me what that symbol is right there, if you can tell me what that symbol is, I'll send you a t-shirt from East Tennessee Weather. I'll give you a little bit before I wrap things up to see if you can get what that is. If you know what that symbol is, you could email me too, mike@easttnweather.com. That symbol right there. It's a meteorological symbol. I'll just throw that one out there. I'm such a geek. I know. And it took me a long time to get this because tattoos are forever. And I need to get it redone because it's all bleeding together. So anyways, but I don't have my nose pierced. Oh, we love dogs too. We've got 2 little cute dogs. You want to see it? They're in the studio every single day. I need to get like a dog camera and just set it up and be able to like, there they are. I also set up a green screen to be able to do some stuff. So I had a green screen that I took to places. It actually broke, so I can't use it on the road anymore. But I set up a green screen in the studio. So I was just trying to get that ready to go here this morning because I'm going to start doing a few other different things on social media that you won't see on the app or anywhere else. We're going to use that for social media purposes, but don't typically have a green screen. I never did a green screen. I have a 100-inch TV screen. That is my green screen here in the studio. Miss Autopilot says, Miss Auto says, I average about 13 years old. Well, I'm right there with you. I don't know why you're on it. I'm glad you're here. I don't know why I had this image in my head that you were like probably 60 plus, but you're clearly not. I would guess you're probably about what, 52? Am I right? I don't know. I'm terrible. Thanks, Cheryl. I need to get it redone. Your daughter has her nose pierced and tattoos also. I have ink as well. Nice, Denise. How will the weather be next weekend? I'd have to look into it. I haven't gotten that far yet. Just getting into this weekend, Linda. But tune in. If you don't have the app, of course, I'll be highlighting next weekend here, starting tomorrow, the next day. But I think it's going to be on the chillier side, probably temperatures in the 40s to low 50s, so maybe a little bit closer to those seasonal averages. Potentially, anyways. I don't think once this next couple rounds of colder air come on through, doesn't appear that there's going to be another one, so maybe we start to warm up a little bit as well. You have pierced ears only. I do too. Right there. You can't see it anymore, but I can actually stick an earring in. I had an earring for about 4 years all through college. And then I took it out when I was graduating college because I was like, I started freaking out. I was like, they are never going to hire me on TV if I have an earring in my ear. And then I was like freaked out, like they're never going to hire me because they're going to see I had an earring in my ear after I took it out. And believe it or not, I can still fit an earring in and never closed up. See, I've got stories for days, Andrew. I've got stories for days. Oh, sometimes we just have to live life, right, Krista? 17 tattoos and counting. You see, your wife and I have matching tattoos. That's awesome. Well, my wife and I have matching tattoos because they're both the kids' names. Hers are is on her wrist right here. It's 2 arrows, and in the middle of the arrows are the kids' initials in Morse code. I just did the whole name because I wanted a bracelet type thing. But I still put it on the wrong hand because I wear my watch on my left hand. I should have put it on my right hand, and if I wanted to cover up, then I just moved my watch for like one day. But see, this is why I never wanted the tattoo, because I knew I was going to screw it up no matter what I did. 6, 7. Sorry about that. Let's move right along. Let's end the show. 8 piercings, 17 tattoos. Nice. You want more stories? Well, you get them pretty much every day, Andrew. I'm a talker. Sometimes I look at the time, I'm like, oh, what am I doing? Nobody's probably even watching anymore. Just a couple of you probably. Anyways. All right, so some fog this morning, sunshine this afternoon. We're back into the 60s and 70s today. Increasing clouds and wind tomorrow. Strong cold front tomorrow night into Monday. Monday brings us showers and thunderstorms early in the morning. It's in, it's out. Expect falling temperatures. So dust off those winter coats again because you're going to need those on Monday. and you're going to need them all next week. As highs stay in the 40s, lows stay in the 20s. It's going to be a chillier pattern setup shop. Well, you look great. Both of you look amazing. So good morning. And tell Miss Autopilot I said hi. And have a great day. From Ringgold, Georgia. But I'm glad you joined me here. You love my stories. They're just a bunch of shenanigans, really, to be honest with you, Julie. All right, I'm going to go hang out with the family. I sure hope you have a great day today. Enjoy your Saturday, whatever that entails. And we'll see you back here for Wake Up with the Witcher tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock if you so choose to tune in. Have a great day.
There's a barbed wire man with a concrete soul and a dream just to fly free. There's a spray can sitting, it could light up the show if you gave it to me. This army of sinners forgot to fight for the cause, while the visionaries run a race that's already lost. And it's you, oh it's you. It's you, oh it's you. There's a schoolboy standing up in front of an army, shoes in the mud and the wet paint twists and turns up the alley just like it should. So your colors, they start and it's stripping you